Hey, it's Steven with the Jones Group here in Jacksonville, Florida. I am so excited and happy to be speaking with you today, especially on this topic. I have lived here in Jacksonville for 20 years. And whenever I have people coming into the city, they always say, Steven, what about this? What about that? So I wanted to put a video together for you on the top 5 things that I wish that I knew before I moved here into Jacksonville. So let's get right into it. But before we do, please give me a like, a subscribe, comment on this video down below. We love to hear from you. I'll respond to everything that you put out there. I just love connecting with you as my audience. So getting right into it, top 5 things that I wish that I knew about Jacksonville before I moved here. Number 1 is the weather. Yes, I know. It is sunny Florida. There is hurricanes that come. There are hurricanes that don't come. But let's get into some more details about that. When it comes to the weather, there's really kind of 2 seasons down here in Jacksonville. There's really, really hot summer, where you only want to go outside for just a few minutes when you have to. You're not going to spend a lot of time. And I'm talking here in July, August, September. It's just hot. It'll be in the mid-90s with 80% humidity. You will walk outside and you will be covered in sweat. For you folks who are up in the Northeast, it's kind of like the winter months for you. You're just not going to go out if you don't have to. And if you do, it's going to be first thing in the morning or in the evening. So with the weather, yes, summer months are very, very hot. Now, we get a lot of people who want to move down here just for the winters. And the winters are great. It can be 55, 60 degrees. It's beautiful, it's sunny, you're outdoors all the time. But one thing people don't tell you is when it comes to the winter months, you are going to have a lot of humidity. And so what that means is 55 here in Jacksonville is not the same as 55 in Ohio or 55 in New York, because we're still going to have 80% humidity. So that 55, it's just a big, thick cold. And you will be cold. You will have a jacket on because you need it, because that cold, it just kind of sits on you. Now, one thing that I also want to talk about when it comes to the weather is hurricanes. And I know you've seen a lot on the news lately. Florida's gotten hit really, really hard with hurricanes recently. With Jacksonville, though, Jacksonville is the westernmost point on the eastern seaboard. And you know what? I'm going to say that again. Take a look at this map, westernmost point on the eastern seaboard. What that means for you moving into Jacksonville is that we have a much lower likelihood of getting hit by a hurricane. It's actually, we have a 1% chance of getting a Category 5 hurricane. So with that being said, yes, we do get hurricanes. We get wind, we get rain, but the likelihood we're going to get a direct hit is very, very small. I didn't know that until I got down here. The second thing that I wish that I knew about Jacksonville before I moved here is the development. What is going on with development here in Jacksonville? I personally thought Jacksonville is just kind of like Orlando or Miami, and it's not anywhere close. The development that's happening here in Jacksonville is really based more on our economy versus tourism. We don't have the big parks. We don't have all of that type of stuff. We have a very diverse economy here in the area. We have a major port on the eastern seaboard. We also have big, big, big logistics hubs here because we have 95. We have I-10. We're about 30 or 40 minutes away from 75. So we get a lot of logistics, railroads, all of those things, which adds to our economy. In addition to that, we have a very strong white-collar economy here too. Blue Cross Blue Shield is located here. We have CSX that's located here. We have a number of financial institutions that are headquartered here in Jacksonville, along with a very, very big hospital system. So that's the second thing that I wish that I would have known before moving to Jacksonville. Now, the third thing, and I know this is going to be a shock to you because I'm a real estate agent, but the third thing that I wish I would have known is the housing prices. Yeah, housing prices compared to other cities in the state of Florida, our median home value in Jacksonville is less than Orlando, Tampa, and Miami. That's a great, great thing. That means you're getting more value for your money when you are buying a home here in Jacksonville. And I didn't know that when I moved down here. I didn't, but I want to make sure that you know that when you move down here. The fourth thing that I wish I would have known about Jacksonville before moving here is the demographics. The demographics of Jacksonville are very, very diverse, both in age and ethnicity. So in age, we have two universities here. We have Jacksonville University and we have University of North Florida. So that brings in a lot of young people. At the same time, it's Florida. So yes, I'm going to go with the stereotype that Florida is for retirees. And we have a lot of retirees because of some of the other points that I gave you. We've got low home values. We don't get a lot of really serious weather, and our development's really good. We have a lot of retirees come here. So we get a really good mix of ages here in the city. But we have a lot of people from other countries who have moved here into Jacksonville, which is wonderful. I love the diversity that we have from Europeans, we have South Americans, we have people from the Caribbean, people from the Philippines. It's great. It is wonderful. And I didn't know that before I got here. So the fifth thing that I didn't know about Jacksonville before I moved here was all the outdoor activities that there are. There were so many that my mind was blown once I got here and started realizing it all. So we have the ocean, we have the intercoastal, we have a river. If you are into boating or surfing, kayaking, fishing, any of those things, it's paradise. You will always see people on the water. You're always seeing people out fishing. It is wonderful. It is one of the best spots in the state of Florida. Now, it's not only just the water sports, but we have tennis. The ATP is located here. We have so many golf courses in Northeast Florida. It blows my mind. The PGA Tour is headquartered here. That's how many golf courses we have. If you like pickleball, we have a huge pickleball scene here in the area. Or if you're into endurance sports, running, bicycling, triathlons, we've got clubs that do that all the time. There's so many things that you can do in the outdoors. It kind of blew my mind when I first heard of it, and I wanted to make sure that you had all that information too. So these were my top 5 things that I wish that I would have known before moving to Jacksonville. I hope you found this informational and informative, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.